Hello and welcome to Road America, site to race number 9 of the NRSL Hooters Series season number 3. It's been an interesting season so far, but let's get down to it. On the front row today is Max Newworth and Matthew Morais. Max is Real 11 Road America right now, made the cup race and is on the front row here today. Row 2, Jeff James and Amanda Shelley. Ashley LaPlante, Jay Stella, row 3. Cosmic Nova and Ben Newworth in row 4. With Kyle Collins and Austin LaPlante, row number 5. As we go through the rest of the starting grid, we'll go through the points coming into play here today. Mary Shelley finds herself in the points lead by 29 points over Jessica Shelton. Dylan Young is third in points, 64 points back. Then it's Kyle Matthews in the 38 that has been changing makes every once in a while, 67 points back in fourth. Charles Sanford, fifth in points, is 78 points back. Kyle Collins with his 2 wins, sixth in points, 113 points back. Rest of the top 10, Alex May, Sky Commons, Jake Baskinger, and Mason Powers. On the final row, Stephen Potter third.
Start your engines!
Stephen Potter third and Chris Washer. Only the top 7 in the points could leave here as the points leader. Our onboard cameras consist of the top 7 in points, as well as Preston Blord carrying the forward onboard camera if we get around to showing off the onboard cameras at any point today. 12 laps in store, which I took a look. From what I researched about people, or when I was asking crews and everything, they said 12 laps was right about the border of how far they can make it. They weren't sure if they'd be able to make it or not on no stops. We'll have to check and see if that actually ends up being the case. But Matthew Morais will be leading us down for the green flag here today. As they come up the hill, watch the flagman there. Never mind, actually, green flag is out, we're underway. The field spreading out 3 abreast already at the back of the field. Oh, look at this as they went down in turn 1. 3 wide and someone was off. Oh my gosh, Seth Cole, Dylan Thoreau, and Alex May. Newworth gets the jump off the start, and oh, there they go. Cosmic Nova hard into the wall. Well, that happened. And there's still someone around it. Dang. Big stack up behind. I believe that was Matt Balding that was spun around on the inside of the track. Yes, it was. The 11. As the 29 is still in the sand. So Max Newworth gets the jump on the early going here. Amanda Shelley into second. Mariah back to third. James fourth. Ben Newworth in fifth. Oh, and oh my God. Austin LaPlante, how? Well, that's a interesting spot. Looks like they're getting through the carousel just fine. And Amanda Shelley has cleared away from Matthew Morais here for second. Trying to chase down the 4, Max Newworth. Checking to see if there's any other problems so far in the back of the field. Card Pollard has a little bit of damage in the 83. I don't know. I don't think that'd be affecting his vision, but it has to be affecting the car at least somewhat. And yeah, he's off in the dirt. Boy. Interesting first lap. And meanwhile, Max Newworth has company in the form of Amanda Shelley up at the front. At least did. Jeff James, Matthew Morais, battle for third here down towards turn 3. Right now, that's the best battle on the track. Stella's got right side damage to 84. The battle of survival is real at this track. Dang. If you can survive the first lap, you might be able to get a good finish. That's what that showed us. Amanda Shelley, though, all over the back bumper of Max Newirth as they come through the carousel. Battle for the top spot. Ford versus Dodge here, and Shelley still has the inside. No, Newirth's gonna hang on to it. Time Pollard has gone 8th away from Dylan Young on the racetrack. And Jake Bassinger has gone 10th away as Plord on the far right side of the track, coming through the kink. Oh, no, that's William Duncan. I'm sorry, I got my Ameriquest cars confused. And actually, you know what? They're not even both running the Ameriquest car. Free credit report actually on the 16. Duncan trying around the outside of the 6 driver, or the 0. I mean, driver's right there. And we got a couple drivers coming pit road, probably for damage. LaPlante and Preller. Yeah, some of the drivers ping for damage. Newirth still leads over Amanda Shelley. We had another wreck over here. And Jeff James all over the back of Matthew Marias right now. Wants that 3rd spot. And we have a battle for the top spot. Amanda Shelley going for the race lead on Max Newirth. Now Newirth will have the preferred line for the next corner. And gonna hang on to the lead as Shelley puts 2 wheels off in the dirt. So too does James. Bassinger has a couple wheels off back there. Dylan Young trying to battle with Time Pollard here as they come into the carousel. No cars officially out of the race yet. Eric Powers has worked his way into the top 10 right now. Here comes Maxwell Chan now trying to get a spot away from the 19 of Bassinger. Not going to do it, and now we'll be under attack from the 9 of Sanford. Move Sanford back into the 12th spot. As Sam Young battles with Kyle Collins and will try and take down his teammate here, Maxwell Chan. Oh my god. Whoa. Shelley and Patterson a lot of damage. Zorline on pit road. Sky Commons, Dixon. Chris Louvier's on pit road. Wow. Card Pollard with no hood. Boy, you still just get back out there. You'll get a good finish today. Austin LaPlante, the first driver officially out of the race. He took a hard hit. But I think there's a lot more guys who will not be returning to the racetrack here today. As Henry Powers is stalking the 5th spot on the racetrack right now. It's held by Ben Newirth. Ben seeming to try and use some of the stuff he learned yesterday in the D&Q race that was held here. And Henry Powers just trying to chase him down and show that, hey, I'm a better driver than you. James has lost a little bit of the fight there with Marias. The top 4 kind of spacing out a little bit now. Henry Powers had the 3rd fastest lap of the race that last time around. So So Powers definitely with a fast car in that City Financial Ford Fusion. Try and chase down the Chevrolet of Ben Neuwirth. As there are 3 laps complete. Time Pollard has broken away a little bit from Dylan Young. Another guy with a fast car here. Eric Powers trying to catch up to the guys in front of him. Bassinger's gone back around Chan, I believe. And William Duncan trying to battle with his teammate Sam Young. Here comes Stephen Pollard the third. He started on the final row, remember, and he currently runs 16th. The other guy who started back there, Washer, currently 17th. Great job by the 57 and 59 to work their way through the field and avoid the mess, essentially. Kazuyoshi now gets by for the 17th spot. But doesn't change that those 2 drivers have gained 20 plus spots since the start of this race. Another update on the drivers out. Dixon Commons has just taken his car behind the wall. So too has Chris Louvier. Patterson, Zorline, Austin LaPlante, Cosmic Nova is back there. I think Alex May, Dylan Thoreau, and Seth Cole should be able to return. They just got stuck in the dirt there off turn 1. Oh, we had... Someone just went off. Someone went off badly there. In fact, actually, all 3 of them are back on the track, 2 laps down. But Neuwirth about ready to encounter some lap traffic in the form of Mason Neal, who runs in the 30th spot. And obviously has encountered issues somewhere. His car not up to the same speed, really, that Neuwirth's able to carry. And that's comparing a Dodge to a Dodge. But this is bringing Amanda Shelley right back up into this battle. Neuwirth takes to the inside there and will clear the lap traffic of Mason Neal. So too will Amanda Shelley. The run down to 1, not going to prove anything for Shelley. Speaking of a Shelley, there's the one that's in 32nd. Jerry Shelley's had problems today. And Henry Powers has gone around for the 5th spot. Eric Powers now has caught the 5 of Dylan Young. This is the battle for 8th, coming down into 1. And once they do this battle, we'll take a look at one of our onboard cameras here today. Oh, well, not so much for that. Look at the onboard there that we had on the 9 car. As battle back here, William Duncan inside Kyle Collins, who does have damage to the rear of his car, probably hampering the performance of the Best Buy Yellow Freight 00. But you know what? This is a team that just really needs to keep the good runs going. And we do have pit stops on lap 7. That's Max Neuwirth, our race leader, pits. Okay. So Shelley to the lead, then it's Neuwirth and James. I wasn't expecting to make pit stops this early. Okay then. A lot of guys pitting that time around. There's Neuwirth coming off pit road. Just to look up and down the pit lane. Kreller and Matthews back here. There's Balding, Mason Powers. The 3 lap cars. Okay, so now we'll check out the battle for second here. That has apparently come back at us. Matthew Morais and Jeff James still going at it once again now for the second spot on the racetrack now. James running a little bit wide there through the carousel, but now Morais runs wide a little bit on the back end of the corner. Now, how long do these guys stay out is the question. Because lap times have not really fallen off all that much, and in fact, Morais ran his fast lap of the race just before getting turned. Oh my God! Jeff James nearly turned the 34 Matthew Morais. In fact, actually did make contact. Will grab the second spot as Amanda Shelley pits. And both of these guys will pit this time. Powers also going to pit. Pollard's pitting. Looks like the rest of the lead lap cars are going to pit this time by. In exclusion, Jordan Davis. So Jordan Davis stays out. Will not lead the lap though. I think he's about the only one. We'll actually watch Amanda Shelley as she comes out of the pits. Where does she cycle around in comparison to Neuwirth? There's the 4. And Shelley has done it. Shelley beats out the 4 in Neuwirth. James beats out Marias. There's Pollard. And there's Stephen Pollard the 3rd right there. So it'll be interesting to see where he cycles around in all this. As Maxwell Chan went a little bit wide, battling with his teammate Sam Young. There's Jay Stella. We saw him on, or they've repaired the damage at some point at least on the 84. But right now, the lead stands with Jordan Davis. The rookie. Playing a little bit of a gamble here on pit strategy at least. Staying out an extra lap. And this might be crucial when we look at tomorrow's race. When they go 4 extra laps, can they make it to this lap right here that Davis is going to be on? To be able to maybe, just maybe, make it on only 1 stop rather than 2 stops. Davis now will relinquish the lead and pit this time by. Let's see if he actually can lead the lap or not. Yes, he can. So a great call by Jordan Davis. Stays out, leads the lap. Neuwirth has actually gone back around Amanda Shelley now for what will be the race lead. And Henry Powers is on pit road. A lot of damage to the 90. That was one of our top 5 cars. Is there anyone else on pit road? No, but who? Wow. Tough break for the 90. Had a really good car. Ben Neuwirth now will be promoted back up into the top 5. As the field rundown will be Max Neuwirth leading, Amanda Shelley 2nd, Jeff James in 3rd, Matthew Morais 4th, Ben Neuwirth and Time Pollard are battling for 5th. Eric Powers is in 7th, Stephen Pollard the 3rd, up to 8th from 41st. Great job. Dylan Young is in 9th, and it's Sam Young in 10th. William Duncan and Hiroshi Kazuyoshi battling for 11th. Maxwell Chan is in 13th, I think. Well, I'll just let cycle around. So we'll let cycle around a little bit here before we actually go through the field rundown. I know the top 10 was right. They'll have to deal with Mason Neal again at some point. Seth Cole and Alex May onto pit road now for their regularly scheduled stop. Kind of showing through the back. Kyle Collins, they repaired the damage on his car, but his car is hurt right now. Jessica Shelton back here in the bottom half of the top 20, but all things considered for her day, I think that's a success. The fact that that team is currently running in around the 18th spot. Charles Sanford fell back on the pit stop cycle. Jerry Shelley to pit road, so they won't have to deal with him. But indeed, Max Neuwirth is the race leader as they'll deal with Alex May, who's just off the pit lane and damaged. Then it's Amanda Shelley in second, Jeff James third, Matthew Morris fourth, Ben Neuwirth fifth, Time Pollard sixth, Eric Powers seventh, Stephen Pollard third, eighth, Dylan Young ninth, and Sam Young in 10th. William Duncan runs 11th, Hiroshi Kazuyoshi 12th, Maxwell Chan 13th, Jordan Davis 14th, Charles Sanford 15th. Chris Washer's still doing a great job to work his way from the final row up to 16th here today. Jake Bassinger 17th, Matt Duncan 18th. Jay Stella is 19th on pit road, so apparently some of these guys actually making more pit stops. Floored then now will get moved up to 19th. Jay Stella is 20th, or Card Pollard 20th. Jay Stella 21st, Kyle Collins 22nd, Jessica Shelton 23rd, Matthews 24th, Preller will be 25th, LaPlante 26th, Balding 27th, or Powers will be, either one. Powers though currently in 28th, and then those three are pretty much on the lap down list. We have not had a driver go out of the race though since the early part, as Jerry Shelley now coming back at Time Pollard. Boy, that's an interesting debate there. Powers goes wide a little bit on the kink, or whatever that corner is called, because apparently I was wrong in thinking that was the kink. Either way, coming down to Canada corner here. Pollard could be looking at a top 7 if he can catch Powers. And right now he has been setting some quicker lap times, so Stephen Pollard III doing a great job today, just keeping his car out of trouble. And that Lowe's Chevrolet has done an impressive job, but he hits the pit lane again. Ah, tough break. Oh, and Kazuyoshi has blown it up. The zero car from 12th. Tough break for the Race Girl Chevrolet. Well, that certainly is going to be interesting. How many other guys pitted this time around? Only Pollard, but Plord also pits. That's gonna... Kyle Matthews pits from 25th. He was just on pit road. Oh, Mason Powers decides to pit. That's gonna be tough. Kyle Collins running wide a little bit there as he battles with Jay Stella and Jessica Shelton. Oh boy, that's an interesting battle. Tough break for Stephen Pollard III. Had a great car going. Great run, definitely, inside the top 10. And now it certainly does play into question on whether or not the leaders can make it the rest of the way. They only pit about a lap later than Pollard did. Let's see. Coming off the final corner, getting ready to take the white flag. Max Neuwirth will not blink. He does not come to pit road. Doesn't look like these guys are going to pit. Not sure why Stephen Pollard III had to pit for the second time. I guess the Hendrick car is not getting the best of fuel mileage today. Sam Young pits coming to the white flag. One of the Roush cars. Matt Duncan pitting. That's our 16th. So this is helping Steven. He's going to be able to probably overtake those spots, I would believe. Meanwhile, Jessica Shelton is overtaking Jay Stella and Kyle Collins. But they're pitting. What? I don't get these pit strategies. I really don't. Neuwirth runs a little wide. So too does Amanda Shelley, though. If Neuwirth can just keep his car on the course, he should be able to take home the victory. Having a great season over here. 14th in the points right now for that number 4 car. Can't really say the same for Cup, as this is just his second Cup appearance this weekend. But the Geico Dodge doing an excellent job here today as Amanda Shelley tries to run him down, pretty much to no avail. One final corner to go for Max Neuwirth. He clears it, and he'll make the run up the line, run up the hill to the line. Max Neuwirth gonna take home his first career Hooters Series win, and it comes at Road America. Jeff James comes across the line 3rd. Mariah's 4th. Ben Neuwirth 5th. Time Pollard 6th. Eric Powers 7th. Dylan Young should be coming across. Actually, apparently William Duncan got beat. Washer, good run. Waiting for the 15th place car to come across the line. There it is, Sam Young. Stephen Paul the 3rd there. There's Matt Duncan. Zach Kreller comes on home 18th. Kyle Collins on pit road 19th. Balding gonna steal a 20th. Still waiting for Card Pollard to come across the line. There he is. Kyle Matthews, Mason Powers should be the final 2. There's Powers. Thoreau gonna come across the line. There's Matthews. And that will do it for today. Not the most exciting one, I bet, but oh well. Max Neuwirth, I don't think will care. He takes on the victory. Went through the top 10 as they came across the line. Great job by Chris Washer, Stephen Paul III. Started on the final row. They come back to finish 12th and 16th respectively. Some tough breaks for some of the guys high up in the points. Mary Shelley, the points leader, comes home 20th, or 40th, I mean. So obviously that not going to be the run that they were expecting. And we should be seeing a new points leader then next week. My bet would be Dylan Young actually takes over the points lead. But who knows? I could be wrong on that, as I've been wrong about things in the past. But congrats to Max Neuwirth on the win. Leave a like if you did enjoy this race. We'll see you next time.